This episode was previously recorded in front of an imaginary studio audience.
Time for fun, Knife Friday!
Alright, all you knife chatters, your old pal Skip the Show coming back at you again. Live from the Volcano Club, it's Fun Knife Friday, and have we got a show for you today. We got two knives, well, maybe two knives. One knife for sure, the other one we might have to put on the cutting room floor. It depends on if it can get past the authorities or not. Because, well, we'll get to it when we get to it. But let's start off with the one that I know we can show you. And that one is right here. It's by Marbles. And it's a cool little Skinner. I know you thought you were going to see a big-ass buoy again, but no, not today. I'm going to give you this little guy here. This is a nice little hunter or small little Skinner, whatever you want to call it. Comes with this black sheath that's a nylon sheath with pleather accents on there. See that? It says Marbles. You probably can't see it. Maybe we'll put some slides up, or maybe we won't. Depends on how much time we got. But it says Marbles right there. Let's pull it on out so you can see the knife. Look at that. Is that not a beauty? Probably about 8 inches long all over, something like that. Gotta put it up against the measuring stick and find out. Got this stainless steel blade, got a brass guard, then you got this handle. It's got a lanyard tube back here, or is that just a lanyard hole? Yeah, in any case, it's got a hole there so you can put a lanyard on there. And then you got a piece of stag up front. Yeah, it looks like elk stag. And then you got this wonderful white smooth bone handle, and it's got this etch going on of the Marbles moose. Did you see it there? Look at that Marbles moose. Yeah, buddy. And on the other side, you got the Marbles moose again. I think you can see it better on this side than you can on the other side, but it's pretty cool. And then what knife is this? This is like I said, it's by Marbles, and it's made in China, and the number on it, it's the MR440. That's what it says. See, look at that, MR440. Yeah, you know, they should not do that, because people are going to sit there and go, wait a minute, is that 440 steel, or is the model number MR440? Is it 440? What kind of steel is MR440? You know what I mean? Knife companies, if you're going to number your knives, you get to something like 420 or 440 or 1095 or 1070 or something like that. You skip those numbers. You just skip them. You just skip them. You do not number your knives the same as a very common steel. Could you imagine if somebody making a knife and the model number was M390? Yeah, you'd be really upset when you found out, oh wow, look, M390, and you find out that the steel is like 420. But the model number said M390, so it's model 390, but the steel in it's 420. Could you imagine? You'd be really upset about that. Now I'm assuming this is maybe 440, I don't know, but the model number is MR440. And it's a really cool looking knife. It's got a really nice hollow grind going on there. Got the swedge up here. This is not sharpened. And then got a really nice looking handle. It's a pretty knife. Yeah, see that? Nicely put together. It's got little torque screws holding it all in place. And you got a nice sheath here. Hook it onto your belt. Probably hold a belt about 1.5 inches or so. This strap though, that's got to go. I'm going to take that strap off, I think, because when you put that knife in there and you tap it down, it's not coming out. You don't have to worry about it falling out and hitting your foot or anything, especially considering it's hanging on your belt like so, and this strap just gets in the way. So it's going to stay in there while you have the strap, and if you got the strap on there, you don't see the moose. So that strap's got to go. But otherwise, that's a pretty cool knife. Now, we got another knife, but before we get to the other knife, I got to pay some bills, and you know what that means. We got a public service announcement we got to do because, well, things kind of got rough at last week's Halloween party. Anyway, just stick around for the public service announcement, and then hopefully we got another knife to show you.
This important public service announcement is brought to you by the DGEBAB Foundation in partnership with Knife Chats with Tobias.
Yee-haw, boys and girls! It's your old pal Yakima Bob coming back at you again, and I'm here with my best friend, Jackalope Jake.
Hassan Pfeffer?
Jake, would you please just get rid of that silly mask? Man, how do you look so big when you're wearing that costume?
Smoke and mirrors, Bob.
Smoke and mirrors, okay. Anyway, we're not here for Halloween. Halloween's gone. We gotta talk to the boys and girls about bears and them eating them this winter. You know?
Bears hibernate.
No, bears don't really hibernate, Jake.
They don't?
That's just a myth. They don't do what's a real hibernation. Now, yeah, they might be able to sleep for like 100 days straight in the winter, but what they can also do is they can wake up at a moment's notice. So if they sense any danger around them, or if they sense that maybe it's a little warmer or there's something nearby to eat, like a human being or a jackalope, they're going to wake up, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to eat you.
No!
That's what bears do. They eat people, and they eat little jackalopes too, even if they're dressed as clowns.
That's not funny, Bob.
Don't think that you're safe simply because it's winter. Because if you get near a bear in the winter, he's going to wake up and he's going to eat you. That's what bears do. So take it from me, your old pal, Yakima Bob, and Jackalope Jake here. You don't want to be near a bear in the winter because they're just going to wake up and they're going to eat you. They don't really hibernate. They do something called torpor, which means eat people in their sleep. That's what they do. That's what bears do. So take it from me. And you don't want to be in the woods in the winter near a bear.
This message brought to you by the Don't Get Eaten by a Bear Foundation. We now return to our show.
And remember now, don't get eaten by a bear. But you can come here and have bear steaks. We make steaks out of bear. And you know what? As long as you're doing bear steaks, these are the steak knives at the Volcano Club. These are by Camillus. They're like from the 1950s or so. Look at that. Got 6 of them. So like if you're at a table of 6, we just come out and plop that right on the table. And you got these wonderful steak knives that you can use. Got these, see that? They're really nice. And these nice and sharp, and yeah. But those are the steak knives at the Volcano Club. And that's not the knife I was going to show you. This next one, well, it isn't really a knife, but it's something I thought I'd show you. And it's also about marbles, and it's the MR557. See now, 557. You cannot confuse that with some kind of steel, right? MR557. You're not going to go, what kind of steel is 557? You know that's the model number of this thing. And a big old kind of hatchet, axe, shovel kind of thing. Got a little pouch here for a sharpening stone. See, look at that. Sharpening stone. Never been used, but it's got a sharpening stone with it. Again, black nylon, kind of a dangly sheath too. See that? Dangly sheath. Got a orange rope here. Guess why it's got an orange rope? I guess you call that a lanyard. Made out of orange paracord though. And then a nice wood handle. 1, 2, 3, 4 brass rivets holding on that wonderful wood handle. And then when we pull it out, we got orange all over the place. And I thought I'd break this out because I know Tobias just did something on his orange knives and somehow he missed this one. I guess he just didn't care to show this one. Or it might be because of a small feature on this one. But in any case, what you got here is like a survival e-tool, like an entrenching tools kind. But you can actually, it's got a slot up here that can open different sizes of nuts and everything. You got a nail puller there. Yeah, that's not a break in the blade. That isn't like a big chip or something. That's actually there so you can pull out a nail or something like that. Maybe you run into a bear in the woods and he's got a thorn in his hand, and you're going to use this to pull that thorn out of his hand, and then you're going to be best buds for life, which is going to be real short because as soon as you get the thorn out of his hands, he's going to eat you, but that's anyway. But you also got this edge here, like it looks like a saw edge. Can you see that? See that saw edge? Well, that saw edge is really for chopping through tree roots and stuff like that. You also got a sharp edge on this side and this side, so you can hack into there. And then you got this little house in the middle. See the house? Yeah, there's a little house in the middle. And I know what it's for, and you know what it's for, but we can't say what it's for because you know what? In most big cities in America, if you talk about this thing and you know what it's for, there's a good chance it's just going to get confiscated. Because if you're caught outdoors with this could get you, this whole thing's just confiscated by the police from you. Even some small rural areas do not allow that thing to be there. I think they made the big long slot on the bottom just to kind of make it look a little different. Now, if you know what it's for, don't even bother to leave a comment saying, I know what that's for, it's for, because if you do, I'm just going to delete the comment because I'm not talking about that. Matter of fact, I'm thinking I might just grind that down a bit so it will not work, so that I can actually take it out and use it, because where I live, here around the Volcano Club, you're not allowed to possess something like that. So I'm probably going to take a grinder, grind off one of these edges so it just won't work. But it's pretty cool. But you know, it'd be one of those things that you'd want in the event of a zombie attack or something, because then you could probably use that when all authority breaks down and everything. But as long as you got authority, you can't really have that around with you in a lot of places. Funny though, you can buy them, you just can't own them. Doesn't that sound like America for you? Yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool. It's nice and heavy. It's got a good heft to it, some good weight, and a pretty decent looking hatchet there. Kind of like it. That's the Marvel's 5.57 survival hatchet or something like that, as opposed to the MR 440 Hunter, which might have 440 steel, but the number on it's the MR 440 with a really nice sheath that doesn't need a retaining strap. Anyway, with that said, hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you again soon. Wish I could have had something a little more fun to talk about, but hey, they all can't be winners. Skip out. Been your old pal, Skip the Show. Another fun night Friday in the books. Remember, if you're nice, not fun, You're doing it wrong. Skip out.
If your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong, and Skip Out are registered trademarks of Skip DeSheau's Enterprises. This has been a Cat Production presentation. All rights reserved.